everybody, welcome back. My name is Stephanie. Today is Friday, which means we're going to be talking about finances, money, budgets. I'll give you the update for how our budget went for January, if we overspent, and the status of our debt payoff. We have been on a debt snowball for a little over 2 years now, 2 years and 2 months to be exact, 1 month, something like that. And we have managed to pay off over $25,000 by mostly living on the Dave Ramsey principles of living on a very strict budget and paying off our debts in order from smallest to largest. We have had to be flexible. We have had to reevaluate. We've had to start, stop. It has not been like this beautiful linear experience for us. So if you can relate to that, let me know in the comments how you're doing on your debt snowball or your financial goals, and if you've had to just kind of stay flexible but like committed to it, or if you just have locked into a pattern and every month is the same and you're just, you know, sacrificing everything to put it towards debt. I don't know how people do that. That does not work for us. We kind of have taken a little bit more of a little bit more sustainable approach, which has worked for us. I think that's the only reason why we're still able to work on our debt snowball without feeling like we're never going to get out of debt, because we adjust when we need to, and if something comes up, we don't just like totally stop paying off debt. We just reset and keep going. So let's talk about how things went for us for the month of January. We were kind of recovering from overspending in December, and we didn't have a ton of overtime in the month of December. We had a bunch of medical bills, some house bills. I overspent on Christmas a little bit, and so January we were kind of afraid that we weren't going to be able to pay off very much debt. However, we actually were able to refill our emergency fund, put about $400, I don't remember exactly how much it was, I should have my notes here, but we were able to refill our emergency fund, so we've got $1,000 back in our emergency fund, and then we have been able to put over $1,000 just towards our car. So the balance on our car is now down to $3,094, which is like super exciting. We have been trying to pay off our car for so long. When we started out in 2 years ago, right after the birth of my daughter, who's now 2, we had over $18,000 left on our car, and it was worth like maybe $8,000. Because you know, cars depreciate in value so fast. Lots of lessons to be learned with that car purchase. But anyway, we had $18,000, and so now realizing that we only have $3,000 left is like the best feeling in the world. So we're gonna have that paid off by the end of this month. The way that we're gonna do that is put the rest of my husband's overtime money that he earned by working 11 12-hour shifts in a row. He is a rock star. That amount, that extra amount, has come on 2 paychecks. It came on his last paycheck last week, and it's going to come on his next paycheck next Friday. So we're going to be able to put another $1,000 towards the car next Friday, which we will do immediately before we spend it. And then as soon as our tax return comes, we will have another $2,000 to put towards the car and just wipe out the balance. We were getting pretty nervous that we weren't going to come up with enough overtime money to pay off the car, just because we got a little bit behind in the month of December and January. But thank heavens for the tax return. That is going to wipe it out. We're also going to have a little bit left over from that tax return, and we're going to do a little bit of I'm going to call it like the Anderson debt relief effort. Let me tell you what, trying to get out of debt, it is emotionally challenging and draining, and anybody who tells you that it is easy is lying to you. I struggle almost every single week to not overspend. In fact, the month of January, I was just like bound and determined, I'm not going to overspend, I'm not going to overspend, I'm not going to overspend. And you know what, by the end of the month, I hadn't really overspent. I think when we looked at the numbers, it was like maybe $15 or $20 that was over. Now, some weeks I did overspend. And so the next week when I got my budget reset, I had to like take deductions. And so I'd start out some weeks with like a lesser amount, and it's stressful and it's hard. And I like to shop, and we There's always something that I want. There's always something I want to do for the house. There's always some place that I want to go. We love to go on dates. We love to go out to eat. We love to go to the movies. We love to do all those things that cost money. I mean, we are those people that just like to do things. And we're still trying to renovate this house. We bought this house and it was a freaking dump. I don't know how else to put it. The house itself is beautiful. It's got great bones. It's 2 blocks from work, so we were able to sell our second car. We don't have another car payment. We don't have to insure 2 cars. We don't have to put gas in 2 cars. But you know what? This house, if you've been watching my renovation series, you will see things that will terrify you, and you probably think that we were insane for buying this house. But it was definitely within our means. And we have definitely taken a very slow but steady approach to fixing up the house. We feel like it is at a very livable point, but there's still a lot that I want to do. There's still a lot of home decor that I want to buy. These curtains are a perfect example of this. Each one of these panels, which we love, and we've looked at probably 100 pairs of curtain panels, they're 25 bucks each. So we bought 2 because that's what cash we had. That was like a gift. These are random curtain panels from Target that were in a different bedroom, and I want them to match. But you know what? Just to go and drop 50 bucks on 2 more curtain panels is one of those things that I've just had to learn to be patient about. So when we get our tax return and we pay off our car, one of the things that's on our list, my husband and I already decided, will be 2 more panels of curtains so that they will all match. But let me tell you what, it is like swallowing my pride, being patient, remembering what's important in life, doing the best that I can with what we already have, being very intentional about the spending, and it's okay. It's just a slow process. If you've been watching any of our room reveals, you'll notice that a lot of the times, maybe things look a little chintzy or a little cheap. It's probably because they are. Like the cube shelves in our bedroom, I'm pretty sure, I know one of them came from a thrift store. Another one is just one from Walmart that we had as toy storage. But you know what? They match. They're both white. The little canvas pull-out bins, they do not match. Does that drive me crazy? Oh, you bet your bottom dollar it does. Do I already have nightstands picked out that I want? Yes. Am I going to wait to buy those nightstands? Yes, I am. Because right now, what we have is functional. Did I want to go and buy some more things to put on the wall? Yes. Yes, I did. Do I want to go to Hobby Lobby and buy some mermaid and like coastal stuff in a lighthouse for our bathroom upstairs? Oh, yes. Yes, I do. But I'm not going to. It doesn't mean that I won't ever, but I have to really pace myself. And I think that's the lesson that I've just had to learn is, you know what, I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to post my YouTube videos. I'm still going to post our home updates, even though if you go to Instagram or like other YouTubers, you're going to see much more beautiful homes, most likely, with maybe newer updated decor, maybe things that match a little bit. But you know what? I am just trying to do the very best that I can with what we have. And I feel grateful to have what we have. Honestly, like my husband and I are like, wow, I remember 5 years ago when we like barely had enough money. I was working for a nonprofit. We had just had a baby, or about had a baby, and my husband was getting through nursing school, and like things were so tight. My headband just slipped off of my head. That is funny. And now we have a house that's over twice as big. We're very comfortable. We're about to have a 3rd baby. Like in the next 5 years, if we just keep this pace, we will be totally debt free. We'll have all of our student loans paid off, and we're gonna be able to do the Disneyland vacations. You know, $800 for, I don't know, maybe a TV or an entertainment center is not gonna like be that big of a deal. And we're really excited for that. So we are just going to keep at it. We're going to keep sticking to our budget. We're going to keep reminding ourselves that things take time. a drink? I know you can probably hear Curious George in the background. That is the only way that I could get my 2-year-old to give me just like 10 minutes of peace to make this video. Hang on. So anyway, I should probably wrap this up, but I think just keeping a sustainable pace, it's like with weight loss. Like obviously I started my channel as a weight loss channel. I had some really great success and then I gained lots of weight back. Then I floundered and now I'm pregnant with number 3 again. And I have just found that I do better with like slow and steady. Our finances, same way. Weight loss, slow and steady. It has to be sustainable. I don't do well with like mega ultra restriction. My husband doesn't do well with mega ultra restriction. The same thing for our finances. Like we have to be able to feel like there is a little bit of pleasure in life, and whether that comes from like going to the dollar movie or, you know, just getting maybe something new for the home or going like on a very small road trip. Like those things keep our minds sane and it keeps us motivated to keep going because we're in this for the long haul. But like I said, in 5 years at this pace, at the very minimum, if we don't increase our pace at all, we don't increase our speed, we just keep going, we will be completely debt-free in the next 5 years. So hopefully that gives you some inspiration to just keep doing whatever it is you're doing, or to get started with your own debt snowball, or maybe just get serious about sticking to a budget. It's hard. It's not easy. It's hard. And you might not be perfect at it. I have weeks more often than not where I'm over by a little bit. Some weeks I'm over by a lot. But every single week I recommit. I'm going to stay on budget. I'm going to stay on budget. I'm going to stay on budget. And that's all I can keep doing is keep trying. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I hope that you'll consider subscribing before you leave. And I will see you in my next video.